Whatever you do, don't look outside when you lock the door at night. If you're like most people, you lock your door before going to bed at night. It only makes sense. The world is a dangerous place, and you never know who or what might be lurking in the shadows. Back when I was still brave enough to look out my window after dark, I used to think about our ancestors, huddled in caves, wondering if more than just the wind was howling in the black night beyond their fire's comforting glow. For me, the most basic human trait isn't cooperation, tribalism, or even using tools. It's fear. Like you, I lock my door at night to keep that darkness at bay. But when I do, I never, ever look outside. If you peer through the windows of your house or the peephole of your apartment after dark, and I'm not suggesting that you do, you'll notice a few things right away. The first is stillness, if you're lucky. After all, there's no reason why someone or something should happen to be standing on your doorstep, waiting for you to look outside. Waiting to sneer at you through that thin barrier before they come crashing into your home, do what they wish to you and the people you love. You won't notice anything like that. Probably, if you're lucky. What you will notice, however, are shadows. It doesn't matter whether you're looking out at a carpeted hotel corridor, a freshly trimmed green lawn, or the ugly welcome mat of your neighbor across the hallway. There will always be shadows, and most of the time, they behave themselves. A shift in the shadows, or a shadow where one shouldn't be. That's the first sign that something is wrong. But most people aren't paying enough attention to realize what's changed. It's perfectly understandable. Maybe you're still frustrated by an argument at work, or exhausted from trying to bathe a fussy baby. Given what we all go through every day, why would you notice that the long black shadows of the trees in your yard are stretching toward the dying sunset instead of away from it? Why would you think that the dark shape flickering above the elevator is anything other than a helpless moth trapped inside a wall lamp? No. After your quick peek outside, you probably feel safe, content. There are no unknown horrors on your porch. No insanely grinning figures are creeping down your apartment hallway, tiptoeing with impossible exaggerated strides. There are no threats beyond your window, the chain lock, or the peephole, none that you're aware of anyway. If you're lucky, there will be other, more pronounced signs that a change is taking place. If you're not, well, the shadows might be the only warning you get. I was one of the lucky ones. I had so many subtle hints that something wasn't right, but like most people, I didn't pay attention until it was too late. I was 22 that summer, and I'd just moved in with my friends Juan, Paul, and Cassandra. The house was a gray two-story rental on a floodplain beneath the railroad tracks. It was nothing special, but it was walking distance from our college, and we could afford the rent. As often happens with new roommates, it took us a while to get used to each other's quirks. Paul had an irritating habit of leaving half-empty mugs and cups all over the house. Juan was an early riser who completed his morning workout to pounding techno music, and I'm sure I had more than my share of personality flaws myself. The only thing annoying about Cassandra, however, seemed to be just how superstitious she was. She avoided ladders and black cats like the plague. Every time she spilled salt, she tossed a pinch of it over her shoulder. I considered asking her if she wore a pair of lucky socks to her exams, but I decided that I was better off not knowing. It was a windy night at the